Hello, folks, and thank you for joining me. This is Kerbal Space Program version 23.0. This is a little rocket I kind of slapped together to do a quick flight into orbit. You can see it's got 8 outer rockets that are going to be splitting off in an asparagus style. And hopefully we can get this out into orbit and back to Kerbal Space Center again. Should be kind of an interesting flight. So buckle up. And we're loading, 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 loading. And we're at the launch pad. Okay, now we are using Mechjeb. Just going to automate a lot of this for us, just pretty much as it would be if NASA were doing it. Nobody in their right mind would do this manually in real life. So we engage the autopilot, and we're ready for liftoff. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. And there we go. We're taking off. See, our 8 outer jets are firing. Inner jets have not been utilized yet. Should be jettisoning. There we go. There goes 2 of our rockets. Our spent fuel. Should be seeing these drop off in pairs as we move along. So say bye-bye to Kerbal Space Center down there. Moving right along. The next 2. As you can see, I added a couple of control flaps on there to minimize spinning. Should be losing another couple of rockets here. There they go. And shortly here we should start. There it is. Start our tilt there. So we're going to start circularizing here pretty soon. So these last 2 rockets start to begin to lose their fuel, and we should lose those. Boink. Okay, now we're just down to our core engines, the toroidal spike engines. I have on a quad connector. See, we do have prevent overheats turned on. So you can see the engines are getting pretty hot. Starting to get leveled out here. Quite high up. You can barely make out Kerbal Space Center down there. There's the moon. Pretty soon here we should be getting to a point where we're going to coast to our apoapsis. Once we get pretty leveled out here. There we go. Let's take a look at our map view here. That's what we got so far. Should be pretty easy once we get to the apoapsis. It shouldn't take much to circularize this orbit. We'll be circularizing at about 100,000 meters. As soon as our little craft gets up to around 71,000 meters, it should be able to warp out to our apoapsis. Oh, and look at Mechjeb is ahead of us already, plotting our burn to circularize our orbit, which should not take very much to do. Oh, Mechjeb, don't let me down. There it goes. Just a matter of seconds. And there it is. It's right there. A little over 100,000 there. A little over 100,000 there. You can't get much better than that. So thank you, Ascent Guidance by Mechjeb. Okay, now we're going to want to land back down. Let's go to our landing guidance. via Mechjeb. We're going to go back to Kerbal Space Center. So we'll target KSC, land at target, and Mechjeb's on the job. As we warp around the dark side of the planet, we're going to come back around. And this is where we started. The big red, I guess it's not really an X. Big red target there. It's going to be Kerbal Space Center. Coming around. Should be doing a decelerating burn momentarily. Mechjeb is right on top of it. There's our periapsis. And now it's a matter of coasting in for the land. Okay, we'll go back into first person view. I guess this would actually be third person view. You can see Mechjeb making a few minor corrections there before going into warp. Of course, once we get below 70,000, we won't be able to do a standard warp anymore. So now I can manually warp it up a little bit. Should be still daylight when we land. There's the sun high overhead. Well, Jebadiah's having a good time over there. Let's see how he's doing in the cockpit there. He's got his hands on the controls. That's a good sign. Little reminder notes. Yeah, don't forget to close the hatch. Okay. Meanwhile, back on the outside of the ship, just over that mountain range ahead, it will be the Kerbal Space Center. Should see a target showing up on the ground here momentarily. Jebadiah is just digging the ride there, having a good old time. There it is. You can see it right there in the center of your screen. Now we're going to run into a little bit of friction here as we're entering the atmosphere very fast. This drag should slow our craft down quite a bit. As we come in for our landing here at Kerbal Space Center. As you can see, nothing shakes up Jebadiah. He's just enjoying the ride. He's been through all this before. He's an old hand. All right, we're coming in. Less than 10 kilometers away. You can see our speed is reducing quite rapidly. We've got plenty of fuel left. Should be no need to even use our parachute that we do have on board on the top of the craft. I even have landing legs just in case I did have to jettison the command pod. Getting ready to land here. There's Kerbal Space Center. Oh, look at that. We're going to be right there. Like a pro. But it's going to be a little uneven there. Oops. Well, not exactly a perfect landing, but a landing nonetheless. I wonder if I can get him out of there. Well, I guess he can get out of there. Oh. Well, not exactly a perfect landing, but a safe landing nonetheless. Every time you land here, you can be off just a little bit. But anyways, that's how you do it. With the Mechjeb assist, it makes this actually very easy. Um, so until next time, happy flying.